rhomboid table, not round, no square, no triangle. We come to hang and chat like a gang on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but done a lot. We're nice to rhomboid table, our host is formidable. He runs his train, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's hobby-matic, Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Label, quite incomprehensible. No wrench in hand, we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
And see it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody! Happy Boxing Day if you're in the UK or its connected colonies and areas. Welcome to the Great Hall of Castle Camelot, fellow knights of the rhomboid table. Any guests that are here, nice to have you all. Hope you all had a great Christmas. We'll talk more about that in a minute or two. So let's go straight into seeing which knights are on my list. We have Sir Tim of Dowd, the CEO of the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. We have Sir Lee of Anfield Road, who's working on something in the background. Sir Chuck Schreiber, welcome in. Sir Ifo Fanzon, welcome in. Sir Jean Ricard is he? Excuse me, hiccup. Sir Jean Ricard is here. Where are we at? Oh, Sir John of the Big Friendly Giant Railroad is here. Sir Leslie of Gilpin is here. We have Sir Dino from the Model Railway Shed is here. Sir Scott Wood is here. We've got Sir Tom Couples, the Sergeant at Arms. And we've got Sir Tom Houston of the Model Rail. And we've got Sir Mark from Zantech. And did I see something else pop up on the screen? Somebody just came in. Sir Ian from King Fox Junction is here. Nice to have you here, Sir Ian. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so I'll catch up with the rest on the chat. It's great to have you all here. I am broadcasting through StreamYard today, OBS through StreamYard, just until OBS
and YouTube sort out what their problems are. I'll use StreamYard as a middleman. It makes it a little harder on my end to control and watch everything, but it is what it is. We do what we do. So anyhow, as I said, I hope you had a nice last couple of days. Christmas can be a very hard time when you think about loved ones you've lost, when you think about a lot of things. I don't want to get all depressive and negative, but we have to be aware. It's a tough time for people. It's a tough time for a lot of our friends here in the model train community. Hey, Sir Digger Evans, welcome in. Great to have you here. I am lucky that my family is very close. My kids. We had a lovely little party on Christmas Eve at my daughter's house, Kyan's mom. Lynn, Chris, and Kyan at their house. And it was just those three, and then Joyce, me, and my other daughter, Elizabeth. My son and his wife were visiting her parents. So they couldn't be with us on Christmas Eve, but they spent the night with us Christmas Eve night, and then were with us all Christmas Day until he had to work today. He's at work right now. He had to work, so they had to leave. They actually left last night. So it would have been nicer to be able to have a whole evening, because we play games together and stuff. We play these online games called Jackbox games, and we have a blast doing them. We have certain games that we love to just break out. Fibbage, Quiplash, which is kind of a game that is appropriate to my whole family, because it's all about being a smart ass, and everybody in my family is a smart ass. Blather Round, which is another one we really love to play. So it was great. As far as Christmas, I got a couple of train related things. The biggest pride, the coolest present. Well, that's going to be because I've got a really cool present to share. But Joyce bought me this. This is a Class 03 steamer. It's an old one. Well, old is relative. It's about 23 years old. I think it's from 2001, 2002. It was already digital, and I've already tested it. It works. It's great. I'm not running it today because I haven't had a chance to fully run it in, but running some tests back and forth here. It seems to be in great. Cleaned it up. It does show just a little bit of sign of wear on the shoes. So it's been run a little, but Joyce, this is one of the things I gave Joyce and said, well, if you can get this at a decent price, get it. So I'm trying to hold it so I don't drop it and break it. But hope you guys like that. Hey, Sir Mick is here. The bar is now open. That's good to hear for those who imbibe. So I hope you like that. That was cool. A very lovely gift. And then I got some freight. I got on a theme this year. I asked family to get me some hoppers, some coal and other hoppers, wagons, and they did. And I'll show those to you when I start running the trains. You'll see a few of those. Hello, Sir Richard Brown from Trains in the Attic. Great to have you here. It's been, hey, Sir Owen Concord, 20 years for you. And that is a big deal I forgot to set up. Today is, it's weird. Today is the 10th anniversary since I ran my first model train getting into this hobby. It was December 26, 2016 that many of you have seen the video. I've shown it many times of me running my Märklin ICE3 on a small loop of track on our kitchen table. Joyce took a couple of pictures because she thought I was cute, so excited to play with the train. And I filmed a video of it running around the kitchen table. And that was exactly 10 years ago today. So it's hard to say when did I start with the hobby, but it was 10 years ago today that I ran a train for the first time and really realized this was really cool. So back in November, I was talking about, it was 10 years ago today that I bought my first model locomotive, but I had to wait until the day after Christmas before I could run it because my kids all bought me track and a controller, and it didn't arrive in time for Christmas. It arrived the day after Christmas, the 26th. And so that was the first day I ran it. Hey, Sir James from Dundas Junction and Sir Carl from Bangor Junction. Great to have you guys here. How long do the skids last? They can last years and years, especially if you clean them up now and then and take care of them. Even though I do run my trains heavily, they get rotated. So the skis last a long time. In the 10 years, I have yet to wear a ski out. And though I'm going to be running one of my oldest and most run locos today. In fact, I'm going to be running the 2 oldest surviving locos that I still have. I probably should have put the 3rd one out, but I didn't. But yeah, that's it. I've got one other Christmas present to show you, but I'm going to save that for last. The other thing I did was Joyce, for my birthday, bought me a decoder, and I took this little Primex KLVM, and this is now digital and ready to run on the layout as well. This is a KLVM. It doesn't say KLVM on it, but it's the exact same molding. And Sir Clive of Newland Railway is here. Great to have you. And Sir Tom from Märklin's layout. And I got to go back and find that. Where was that? Today is your 30th anniversary. You guys met 30 years ago. December 16th, 3 days before my birthday, was Joyce and I's 42nd anniversary of meeting. We've been married 38 years, but it was 42 years ago, December 16th, that we met on a blind date, and we celebrate that. I always post stuff about it, and a lot of people, oh, happy anniversary, married all these years, that's great. It's like, well, it's not our marriage anniversary, it's our dating anniversary. It's the day we met. It was such a wild event. But anyhow, I do have one other birthday or Christmas birthday gift to show you. It was not expected. It was not from Joyce. It was not from my kids. Artie apparently sent a gift back in June, and Joyce has been hiding it for a long time. And then to make it funny, Artie did it like one of those Russian Matryoshka dolls where you had to open. Oh, wait, there's something else to open. Open. Oh, wait, something else to open. And we finally got to it, and Artie gave me one of these. It is an Australian model. I can't show it because if I turn it around, you'll see the box is empty. It's from the Australian company Aucision. And this is a Tangara. I hope I said that right. It's an Australian regional train, and it is on the layout going to run tonight. It's 2 rail, so it's down below. So you'll see better pictures of it when I get to the camera. So let's go and get some trains running. I have not had a chance to do anything. Hey, KJ is here. Sir KJ and Sir Anthony from Moneybrook. No, I'm doing that wrong. Middleport. I went the wrong way. My brain just froze. Sorry. I was doing one thing and then saw 2 more names. Hey, Sir Brian from Finnerton is here. Great to have you, my friend. Mansville is here. Hey, man. So, yeah, I got distracted with Artie. And I almost went Summer Breeze, too. Yeah, now I've thrown myself completely off. Cameras. Let's go to cameras. Okay, so anyhow, in the 11-lane view, I am running. Somebody a couple of weeks ago said they didn't know I had this. I put it in a video, and they didn't know I had this big Class 320 Märklin. It is my longest locomotive by just a hair over my Blue Tiger. But this is pulling some empty ore cars. I will eventually fill them with some ore. But I'll show you my Christmas presents as I put it into motion. So I've had those 3 cars for a while, but these next 3 cars that come pre-weathered, this is a Märklin set. from the German company. I think they're still around. Schaufele. Schaufele was a mining company, a transport company. Joyce got me those 3 cars for Christmas. And then these 3 I got for my birthday. You saw them on the Christmas live stream. Hey, Puff Candy, Sir Andy Puff Candy. And of course, there's the Split Rock gift I got. And then Joyce got me these 3 cargo hoppers there, the self-unloading. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in motion. And now the second oldest in terms of how long I've owned it is this guy. This is a Class 146. This is a Class 146, and it's pulling some double-deckers, some Märklin double-deckers. I have not test run everything, so I'm just hoping we don't have too many glitches today, but we'll see. And the star of that original video, 10 years ago today, I ran this guy for the first time. So on that 10th anniversary, I'm running him again, the oldest train. He moved to Canada for a few years and then came back. Whoop. I got to make sure, do I have it going the right way? My IC3. Now, it is running a couple of extra cars with it. Uh-oh. That's why. Sorry, guys. My ICE has somebody derailed. I was bumping things around. I didn't catch I bumped it. Be right back. Who's unrailed? Who's unrailed? I hear you. I hear you. It's you. It's you. Okay. Is that better? All right. So that's the problem. I did not test run these guys. And so I bumped some things and did not check it again. So let's see if we're good now. Get him back in motion. Did that camera just freeze up? Okay, we're good. Uh-oh. Somebody is causing a short. What's going on? Oh. What's up with that? Oh. I think it's that IC3 again. I don't know what's going on with it. Nope, it's not you, or at least. Did somebody hear derail? No, you're feeling good. Well, I'm gonna find out sooner or later. Or it's gonna take a while for that to finish coming back in. I really it's been a busy week, so I set these trains up and did one loop, and then I was messing around on the table. So while I wait for that set up, let me go to the floor cam. And did anybody else come in I've missed? KJ is here. Let's go to the floor cam, and you can see the other new Christmas present, It's right there. It is the Tantara regional train. I think we rode on something similar like this while we were in Australia, but yeah, it's very cool. Unfortunately, it does not like the inner loop. I had to put this on the outer loop. It kept derailing on the inner loop, so it does not handle that radius 2 curve very well. So let's put this guy in motion. This is a gift from, well, that's the Azuma. And we'll put this guy in motion. So this was a shocking gift. I'm very touched by it, overwhelmed by it. Well, Lee, I've just unfortunately been having a lot of gremlins lately after years of not having issues. I just got to find out who's having the issues and why. I don't know if I've got a point that's partly open. I'm going to take the ICE 3 around and see if that's the problem. Hey, Rusty, passing by you. Okay, it's that same car again. It is derailing. All right. Huh. Well, if the car wants to act up, we'll just temporarily remove it. And now the ICE will actually look more proper because it shouldn't have those 2 pantograph cars behind each other. All right, so let's go to that. My apologies, my friends. I just, but yeah, I think that's the car that's causing the issues in the shorts. Bonsoir, Titiari, Joyeux Noël. In my bad French. But yeah, that stunned me to get that gift from Artie. I was not expecting it. It's beautiful. I'm very touched by it. Artie, if you're out there watching or coming in later, because Artie's here in America. He's only a few hours east of me right now. And yeah, it blew me away. I wasn't expecting it. Joyce didn't know what was in it either, other than it was from Artie. Okay, so let me get everybody else back in motion. Whoops. Now, why are you doing that? Huh. What's going on with you two? Okay, one more time. Oddly enough, it's the 2 old timers that are acting up a little bit today. And all right, let's get the other freighter going because they're no, there's nothing new on that one. Let's go back to 11 lane. And I'm also stuttering a bit because I am back to doing this through OBS into what have you. But now if you're paranoid, not the model train you want to have, because this is the Beethoven locomotive pulling just a small line of some covered, because I do have more of those coming. which I'm excited about. I'm trying to create different themed trains. So now I've got an ore train, and I'm going to have sort of this covered tarpaulin cars and so forth here. And I will get that in gear here in just a second. I got to just find where I've got everything under control at. So let's see if I've got him going the right way. Yep. Oh, darn you. I don't know what's going on with that coupler. But yes, we just had an odd one. Hey, Sir Simon. Anyhow, let me get this guy in motion while I go sort out what is going on with... oh, I just hit the wrong guy in the back. Way in the back, I'm running a little red. There's the Beethoven going. This is what happens when my arrangement's different than what I'm used to. Why are you guys uncoupling? Let me see if turning you around helps. Yeah, those two Relics couplers keep uncoupling on my Regio bond. Not sure what's going on, but not sure why, but I'll just turn it around and hopefully that solves the problem. Just change the coupler. All right, so yeah, one Australian train you like a lot, the Gone. Oh my goodness. What is going on? This might be one of those days where I really just want to stop. Oh. This Regio bond is just having fits today. Why are you acting up? I'll just go in stop mode. I cannot figure that out. What is going on with it? Give it one more try, and then if it acts up again, I'm just going to take it off. I don't know what is going on with it. Everybody else is running fine, but it's having issues. Yeah, the one criticism I'll give that Australian train, and I hate to give anything a criticism, is if it derails, there's no easy way to get it back on the rail when you're down low. All right, that's it. We're done with you. I don't know what is going on with you, but you just shorted my system out again. 187. Let's go with the 143. But these keep uncoupling and acting up, and I'm tired of it. So I'm just going to see if maybe a different logo will solve the problem. Or if it's that. All right, so let's see if everybody else is ready to go back to work. Yep. Now I just got to change this guy out. Oh, and you just left this behind. Sorry, guys. It's one of those days today, but I think it's more a user error. I set this up Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, hoping I would have a chance to run them in and make sure we didn't have any little issues, but I didn't. And then today I was hoping I might be able to do it today, but busy doing other things, and I got distracted wiring up a new decoder, and so yeah, this is sadly we're learning on the fly today, and somebody else is just aha. I tell you, I can't win right now. So I got to bring Beethoven around. Whoops, I'm doing the wrong thing. And it's the same, those stupid. Oh, which one of you is being the pain in the patootie here? One of these guys has a bad coupler, and I meant to mark it after last time. It kept uncoupling. But And did I nail that camera over there? Yes, I did. So I will fix that. If I can get this guy moving. First half hour is feeling like 5 hours. Okay, everybody's coupled. Everybody's, knock on wood, everybody's moving. Hey, Sir Raymond Legs, how are you? And by the way, hi, Monsville. I saw your email a little bit earlier today. Well, Rangierlock is running at about 100 miles an hour. I'm going to slow him down a bit. Of course, that's only if he wants to slow down a bit. All right, now I think I can start moving some pictures. Let's see, here we go. And see how the chat's doing. What was that? No, Mark, I don't put, even when I use Streamlabs for my live streams, I don't bring guests up. I don't put the link up. I just use it when my OBS and YouTube are fighting with each other too much. So I still am OBS. Yeah, Raymond, that seems to be where we're headed. Some ways, sadly. Although there's still plenty of new. I mean, if you look at the number of new locos, I mean, it's not like we're going to get away from locos, but with passenger trains, it's definitely more and more multiple units and fewer cars with locomotives. I am 100% with you on that, Raymond. I love EMUs and DMUs, but I like locos and cars too. I mean, let's face it, almost all my favorite trains, if we can just use that as a generic term, are EMUs. The ICEs, the Azumas, the Desiros and the Volaros. But then again, the Railjet with the Taurus locomotives are awesome. In terms of my models, some of my favorite models are locomotives. I mean, let's face it, you know, any of the steamers. And yes, EMU is ICE1 is technically not an EMU. Well, that's why I did correct and say the ICE3 as my favorite, but it's still a multiple unit. In Newport, all you have are the GWR IETs and the 197s. Yeah, Raven, they got rid of the boards on the IC, which I find interesting on the ICs. I still run my IC with the restaurant car. I refuse to retire it, even if Deutsche Bahn does. But the Austrian EC we took did not have a restaurant car. That was a 5-hour train ride, and it did not have a restaurant car, which I found interesting. Because a lot of times for short trips, they won't put restaurant cars in, but for the really, I think I think the cutoff, and correct me if I was wrong, but I think the cutoff was like 4.5 hours. If the train ride was more than 4.5 hours, there would be a restaurant car on it. Yeah, because I see fewer and fewer of those, like the TPEs. The TPEs had the Class 68 pulling them, but I don't see those anymore. I just see the multiple unit Trans-Pennine Express, because I still think they're one of the... They sold them to Bulgaria, where they're hated because the air conditioning actually works on them. Hey, Sir Bob from PKW, welcome in. And Sir David Capper from Beaten Off Junction, great to have you here. I did get some messages and emails and stuff from various people that said they couldn't be here tonight because over in the UK, Boxing Day, and they're going out or having parties. I've always been aware of Boxing Day. I did not know that Boxing Day seems to be more family party oriented than even Christmas Day. And maybe that's just something regional, but a lot of guys in the UK were, Christmas Day live streaming or in all the chats. I was not around yesterday because I had a family here all day. We started in the morning. Now, Joyce and I didn't get to bed until about 2 a.m. yesterday morning for Christmas after our daughter's party. And then we got up about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And my daughter and her husband, my son and his wife were already here. They were staying with us. And then my daughter, her husband, Chris, and Kyan, my grandson, all came over about 9:30, and we do our traditional Christmas morning present opening. And so everybody opens presents. And then about 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, Joyce starts cooking the turkey and the preliminary stuff for the big dinner, because we have the big dinner. And my daughter and my son-in-law, Chris, and Kyan hang out for an hour or two, and then they decide to go home and let Kyan open his presents from Santa. He had opened a couple before he came over, I think, and then he goes home. But Kyan is very interesting. He doesn't open all his presents at one time. It's not that my daughter sets it up that way, but Kyan likes to open one present and play with it. He's not interested in all the presents. As soon as he opens that one, he wants to play with it. So he has presents. Yesterday was Christmas. He's still got a bunch of presents to open today and tomorrow that Santa brought him, but he just takes his time. He saves one. He'll open one or two a day. Richard, good to have you here, Sir Richard. But for some reason, you are not knighted. So we are going to rectify that situation. I now declare you a knight of the rhomboid table. All right, Richard, now you're here. Post a link to your channel, Richard, and we'll see if some people want to check out all your awesome stuff. Richard is a wonderful, he builds and paints his own Australian rolling stock, fixes and repairs locomotives very much like Monsville does. And if you haven't gone to Monsville channel, if you're here and you haven't checked out Monsville's channel, because I know they have checked yours out. And you guys need to be checking that out. You know, check out everybody's channel. And I've hit that point as well. Where I have, I'm subscribed to a lot of channels, not as many as are subscribed to me. So I feel guilty about that. But I'm subscribed to all the people that tend to come to my live streams and comment on my videos. If somebody shows up and comments a few times on my videos and pops into the live streams, then I subscribe back, you know. But I always feel, hey, Sir Aaron L. Trades and Planes, welcome back. He does, Jean. He really does. He doesn't have that greedy kid. Well, he's a greedy kid. He wants everything, but when he starts getting Christmas presents, he as soon as he opens one, his focus is on, I want to play with that. And when he's here, you know, Oma and Opa, he's our only grandchild. We spoil him. We spoil all our kids, but we spoil our grandson. So he's got several gifts from us, which are not from Santa. They're from Oma and Opa. And Kyan loves to ask me, didn't Santa bring you anything? I'm like, no, Santa only brings to good little boys and girls. Once you get a certain age, Santa stops coming. But Oma and Opa love you too, so we help Santa out, and we bought you some things. And, you know, he's just hit the age where Santa and Christmas really mean something. Last year, it kind of did, but he's been the same way even before he really began to understand what Christmas is all about. Where as soon as he opens a gift, that's it. Thoughts on everything else are gone. He wants to play with that one gift. So it's, in some ways, I think it's awesome because he's going to have multiple days here where he still gets to open Christmas presents and have new stuff. Hey, Zader, what did I get? I got some. Well, I'm on the wrong camera here. Let's go to quick. Where is it? DB View. It's covered right here. All right, those 3 wagons. The next 3 were for birthday, and then the last 3 wagons. So Joyce got me 2 sets of ore hoppers, ore wagons. And then, well, I hate to put myself on camera, but I guess I will. I've already shown it. And then Joyce got me this, a beautiful Class 03. I love the gold piping. I kind of wish I had bought the 01 with gold piping in Denmark last year, but I bought the basic one. But I can't wait to run this. This will probably run in next week's live stream. And then she bought me a decoder, so I converted this to digital. And then, the only other thing I got for Christmas, is this little multiple unit you see coming around the outer lane here, this Australian Tantara. Which I believe Joyce and I rode once on our way into Sydney while we were in Sydney. I forgot. But that was a surprise gift from Artie. I was shocked. I'm blown away. I feel guilty because I didn't buy gifts. Even though I knew Artie was coming here, I didn't buy gifts. I don't think of other people. I'm a very horrible human that way. I don't think, oh, I'm going to see all these people. I better buy a bunch of stuff and give them things. And yet other people do that to me. Is it 00? No, it is Australian HO. It's Australian HO. And by the way, if you hear me munching, I am munching on a regional delicacy called a Buckeye. Homemade Buckeyes my daughter made. Buckeye is a type of tree. Buckeye is a type of tree, and it's the state tree of Ohio. And the state nickname of Ohio is the Buckeye State. And its nut looks something like this. It's brown with a little light brown top to it. It's also poisonous, but this isn't. These are made in Ohio, although they're made around the country now, but they started in Ohio. They're called Buckeye. It's a crumbly peanut butter center with a chocolate shell. And it's made to look like a Buckeye nut. Thus, it's called Buckeyes. Hey, Sir Edward. Hey, there's Andy Hot Dog Pilot. I'm glad you could make it. Oh, good question, Tim. How many different countries do I have trains from now? Zader, not really like round Snickers, because Snickers have peanuts and caramel and nougat, and this is just peanut. It's more like a Reese's peanut butter cup. The closest thing you can compare it to is a Reese's peanut butter cup. It's a globe Reese's peanut butter cup. Raymond, that's why we never calculate that. It would depress some of us. Like, oh, yeah, I could have had a new car, or, oh, I could have paid the house off, or, yeah. What is the red passenger train going around? That is simply called a Deutsche Bahn or DB Regio, a DoSto Regio. DoSto is short for Doppelstock, which means bi-level, two-level. And it is the most common regional train in Germany, the red double-deckers. And then other private companies have their own versions of it. So anyhow, let's go back to that question about how many trains do I have? Let's go to another, let's get to some camera work. Just missed that one. Let's do that one. All right. So how many countries do I have trains from? All right. Germany, Austria, Czech Republic, the Great Britain, United Kingdom, whatever combo you want to go up by. And I know there are differences, and I know what the differences are. But Great Britain, UK. All right. The United States. And now Australia. Oh, and France. So 7. I now have 7 countries represented. I forgot the French stuff. So Germany, Austria, Czech Republic, the UK, United States, France, and now Australia. So 3 continents, 7 countries. Hello, Sir Stephen from Worthington. Very nice to see you. Nope, that freight train should not be moving. I'd be in trouble if that one freight train was moving. The 3 freight trains that should be moving are moving. I love every time I put this angle on, people see that one train there and think, hey, why isn't it going? That's parked. That's parked. There's another train. There's another double-decker unit on the other side. Well, actually, it's a single and double-decker combined called the Desiro. that is also parked. That's my parking area. Let me show you. It should show up in this view. We'll go to the sky view again. But there it gives you an idea. So that is a parking area for my extra long trains. As well as shorter multiple units where you're not supposed to keep taking them apart. And I don't have any place else to park them. One expansion I am thinking of doing to my layout, but I would have to rip up some of the work, is you can see there's a gap right behind me here. All my pointers have disappeared, my yardstick and everything else. But if you, right where the red train's coming down, the white train's going up, there's a gap there. And in that gap, and the reason there's a gap is because right at the bottom right-hand corner of this screen, you can see there is a, well, you can't see the branch off lane, but you can see there's a bit there. And that is a branch off that goes into my high-speed parking area. So I have to keep the table out to make room for that. Well, what I'm thinking of doing is just running another board and a couple of, and see if I could squeeze 2 lines in there. I probably can't. But in that gap there, I'm going to add a board and create another turnoff line somewhere in here so that I can put a couple of more trains parked, but it will stay level. It won't go up the incline because that is the incline there, but it will be, you might even see it better from this camera. So let's go to the up the ramp cam. Yeah, you could kind of see that gap there. I probably could only get 1 line, but if I make it long enough, I could get some short trains and just have them parked up there. And be able to just, because I'm starting to run out of parking area for all these pin connector, pin coupler trains, because they tell you, like the ICEs and the railjet cars and that you're not supposed to take them apart, put them back together, take them apart, put them back together, because eventually the pins will wear out and break. They will weaken and break. YouTube says, now would be a good time to insert ads. You will raise more money. It's not about the money. So I'm not putting an ad. If you get an ad, I didn't put it in. Some people, YouTube will just automatically insert ads. So some of you will get an ad and others won't. All right, Simon, Juice. How did it say? Ta. Cheerio. But thank you for popping in a little bit for this Boxing Day for those of you in the UK and Canada. I don't know, to some of the Canadians here, do Canadians celebrate Boxing Day as big? Because like I said, what I'm learning, even this year, I was stunned at watching a couple of videos and more people I've gotten to know on YouTube and on Facebook. And today is their big family dinner and party day. It's not yesterday Christmas. It's today Boxing Day. I did not know that. To me, Boxing Day was just the day after Christmas, and all the Premier League teams played league games on Boxing Day. I did not watch Liverpool today because I was busy doing other stuff. I don't know if the Premier League, in fact, played, and Liverpool hasn't been worth watching this year. They have been god-awful. They started off well, but I was seeing problems. They just were not looking good even when they won their first 4 games. And then they went on like a 4-game losing streak and just looked like crap. And now it's like they win, tie, win, lose, win, tie. They just have not looked good. Yeah, Boxing Day is a holiday for you guys. And St. Stephen's Day in the UK. Although I thought it was more like St. Stephen's Day was more an Irish or Scottish thing. But you all borrow from each other. Yep, there were quite a few games today. Manchester United and Newcastle 1-0. Birmingham City and Derby County 1-1 final. Millwall and Ipswich. Sheffield and Hull City. Portsmouth and Queen's Park Rangers. So it looks like League One played. But there it is. New Year's is better for you, chance to reflect. Being a teacher for all the years I was a teacher, New Year's means nothing to me. My years became August to August, no longer January to January. For all the years I was a student, a teacher, years were August through to the following August. New Year's, the hardest thing in the world for me was when I'd go back to work after New Year's, because we'd have the Christmas break, is to remember to stop writing 3 and start writing 4, or 5 and start writing 6. So now I'm going to have to get into the habit of writing 2026 instead of 2025. But otherwise, yeah, New Year's means nothing to me. It doesn't start anything. It doesn't change anything. It's just, quote, a new year. I would really like to see us get our seasons on to, like, the new year would begin on the vernal equinox or the spring. You know, it's the start of spring, you know, so March 21st, 22nd, that would be the first of the year. And then the year ends on the shortest. Yeah, I always had Christmas off, but I never had my birthday off. I always worked on my birthday unless it was on a Saturday or a Sunday. I always had to work my birthday. But I mean, I don't know. Occasionally I do self-reflecting all the time. I don't wait for the end of the year or think, all right, it's a new year, I'm going to start. My years still, with Joyce still working, my years are framed like Joyce goes back to work, and then Joyce ends her year. We go and travel, and then it's what are we going to do for 2 months before Joyce goes back to work? That's how my year is. So it's usually when Joyce goes back to work that I look back and think, what did I accomplish since Joyce started work last year? And now that she's going back to work, what did I do? What did I accomplish? That's the nice thing. We don't really have unwanted gifts. You know, everybody gives a list. This is what I want. And then, you know, we tell them to list 20 things and expect about 5. You know, just give us room to fit everything into our budget. But yeah, none of our kids ever walk away and go, oh, what did I do with this? And the same thing. I asked for a bunch of things. I think the only thing that was negative about Christmas is eBay ruined Christmas for me, because I looked at some things and then gave Joyce a list of their sites on eBay. I never saved them to my own wish list. I didn't look them up, but I would get eBay going, you looked at this vehicle, it has been sold. And I got like 3-4 of those in one day. So I clicked on it and go, oh, surprise. Gee, since they were all bought within 10 minutes of each other, gee, I wonder who would have done that. So I kind of knew what I was getting. But that was the excitement of waiting to get it. But yeah, I kind of knew I was getting the 03 because eBay let me know the 03 and those 2 sets of ore cars were sold all within 10 minutes of each other. And that's Joyce up there going, click buy, click buy, click buy. Saturday's a break for meeting, and then Sunday's another. Yeah, because various cultures, customs, and families have their own things. We're Americans. Now, growing up, there were American families, people in our neighborhood that they opened presents and had the big family dinner Christmas Eve. And then there were those of us that opened presents in the morning and had the big dinner, Christmas dinner for the family in the afternoon. And then there was Joyce's family that had the big dinner in the evening on Christmas Day and open presents Christmas evening. I remember the first time I was truly involved in Joyce's family's Christmas when we were dating, because we started dating a week before Christmas, but maybe the next year or 2 years after that, when I started getting included in all the Christmas gift exchanges and that, was, man, we always got up as a kid and as an adult. We get up Saturday morning and we open those presents. By 10 o'clock, we're done opening presents. So you got all Christmas Day to mess with them before you eat and after you eat. But, we don't have all those other days. I met people from both Germany and the Netherlands, EFO, that they got presents. They would get presents on St. Nicholas's Day, December 6th. And then Christmas was strictly for a quiet family dinner and going to church. And then you had the various other evangelical or Catholic other holy days mixed in. You went to Mass Christmas Eve and Day. And yeah, there's a lot of people who do that. When Joyce was a practicing Catholic, she always went to midnight Mass. She went to midnight Mass. A couple of times she took our kids to the children's Mass. Commitments are done. Tomorrow's Play with Toys Day. But see that, I've been, even though we got our toys yesterday, I haven't really had a chance. Today was the first day I had a chance to, quote, play with toys. And like I said, I turned this guy into, I really should get on to other cameras. Where's Joyce View? We haven't put that camera up yet today. But yeah, I took the decoder she bought me and I put it in this little 060 shunter steamer. And yesterday I did install my new Class 03 steamer into my system. And I added the new wagons I got to the freight train because I knew I was getting them. So I added them. Sinterklaas is the main gift day. Yep. Christmas is family dinner time. Yep. And your birthday's a couple of days after Christmas. My birthday is 6 days before Christmas. But my parents, for as bad as my parents were about a lot of things, there were some things. My birthday was always celebrated on my birthday, if it was celebrated. There were years it wasn't because my parents were like, we ain't got no money. But those 3 red hoppers at the end of this train are brand new. And then there's 3 dull yellow hoppers that are pre-weathered and actually already have stuff in them. They have loads in them. Those brown wagons that I got for my birthday have loads in them too. I don't know if I have a good camera angle I could show it. How many cameras are I up to? Well, I have not added any new cameras in a while. I've made it easier to add, like I can add tablets and that. Actual cameras that I have on the layout, I'm probably 15. Or maybe, I mean, you can see this one is called camera 14. But if you add the GoPro and the tablet cameras, like here's one. Although I call this one camera 1. So that's our second camera. 3, 4, 5, 6. Not counting the one inserted. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there are 15 primary cameras. But then I can add the GoPro, that's 16. I've got 2 tablets I can add, that's 17 and 18. I can add my cell phone, 19. Actually, I've got a 3rd tablet I can add, so technically that's 20. That's the, yeah, that's if I have Windows. That's the GoPro camera, which is not active right now. And then all the mixes. So yeah, that's it. So the unofficial camera 6, that's 5. That's 7. When I first started, they were all numbered in sequentially, but then I kept adding cameras and then putting them in positions, and I just gave them the next number, so they're no longer in order. I mean, I do like this view when a train's coming in. The problem is with these views is you don't see much. You know, there you get 3 trains going. You can see the other 3 cars, and there's 3 new cars. And then I bought those 2 in Germany, Split Rock, and then those 3 are new. Yeah, the 11-lane view is great because you see probably the most track. So the only one that's better is probably the upper view, but you're further away. Travel guide for Prague. I have been to Prague once, and I loved it. A little tourist crowded, but I was a tourist too. But Joyce and I spent a whole day in Prague. Although we watch a channel called The Honest Guides of Prague, and they were really good at giving us tips. Now, one of the things they do is they try to steer people away from the tourist areas, you know, because it's so crowded with tourists. And everybody just comes and looks at this in Prague, and they miss this, this, this. And here's all these great nightclubs. Well, Joyce and I went to Prague to see those famous landmarks. If we were spending a few days in Prague, we would then maybe, but Joyce and I aren't going to nightclubs anyhow. We're not nightclubbing people. Joyce and I really, you know, bars aren't really our thing. Maybe a pub with a friend or two, but we just we prefer to just see the landmarks and then nature landmarks when we can get them. Was in Prague. Yeah, I when Joyce and I went to Prague in 2017, or was it 2019? I can't remember. It might have been 2019. No, maybe it was 2017. When we went to Prague, it was, I was not looking for model train shops. Must have been 2019 because we were in Pirna. No, it was 2017, and we were in Pirna visiting Dresden again. I will say in Pirna, it wasn't Pirna. Where was it? Freiburg. The two worst customer service places I've had in model train, one was in Freiburg and one was in Nuremberg. The one in Freiburg, there were 3 shops, and we went to one, found some stuff, bought it, went to another, found some stuff, and we walked into this one shop, and there's a bunch of late 20s, early 30 guys all around, and they're talking and looking at stuff, but clearly some young dudes, and probably one of them's dad owns the shop, and he's working there. But he asked, "Hey, can I help you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm an American train guy, and I run German trades. Do you have any Märklin?" He's like, "No, we're only 2 rail. You leave." And he literally said goodbye. And I thought, well, that's fucking rude. And I looked at him and said, "Well, you still have scenery and figures and other stuff and rolling stock, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, do you mind if I stay and look around?" And a couple of his guys looked at me like, I don't know, maybe they're making a drug deal and I was interfering. But I have never felt so unwelcomed in a shop. You know, not a, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't sell Märklin, thank you." It was like, "We don't do Märklin, goodbye." So I don't know, maybe I walked into something and I've never thought about it before other than, wow, do they hate Märklin, or did they realize I'm an American and decided they don't like me? Which I rarely run into anywhere in the world. Although recently that's can change. And then when we were in Nuremberg, we went to the big shop in Nuremberg, and I always say it wrong because I confuse it with the railway in the Black Forest, but it's Donner something or Dom. I can't remember its name. Huge shop, and they had 4 people that worked there, and one was the friendliest guy you'd ever meet. The next guy was kind of nice, but not as nice as the first guy. Very nice, but not as nice. The second guy was not as polite, not as friendly, but formal and polite. And then the fourth guy is the grumpy bastard. So it wasn't like the shop was bad. It was just the one old guy there that was the grumpy bastard. Don't ask, and we had the one guy say, "Don't ask him a question because he only talks to professionals." If you're a newbie in model trains, don't talk to him. He has no patience. And yet he was not a friendly man. The other 3 guys were fine, and the one guy was very helpful with me. He was trying to make a sale. He was willing to sell me anything. But the old man, he was just like, "Go away." I've never been to Ingolstadt. I have been to Germany 20 times. Every year from 2003 to 2019. From 2003 to 2019, every year. And then 2 years off with COVID. And then we went to the UK in 2022. And then 2023, we went back to Germany. 2024, we went to Australia. And then this 2025, this past year, Joyce and I went to Germany and Denmark. We spent about 2/3 of our trip in Germany and 1/3 of our trip in Denmark, or maybe a quarter of our trip. It was about 24 days, and we spent, about a third, because it was 24 days we were there, and we spent 8 days in Denmark. Well, maybe evil, but I have been into shops. Like, there was this shop in Rostock I visited. Speaking of Rostock, Andre Eckert hasn't been here for a while. I wonder if his work schedule's changed. But Andre, if you're watching in the background, we've missed seeing you the last couple of weeks. But Andre lives near Rostock. If we had known Andre before we went to Rostock, it would have been cool to meet him. But yeah, we walked into a shop and I asked about Märklin. They said, we really don't have a lot of customers for Märklin. He says there really isn't a shop that sells Märklin in this area. Everybody, but they were very polite about it and willing to chat to me. And oh, you're an American and you're into Märklin trade. You're into German trains. Yep. Okay. And very friendly and chatty. I've only run into the conflict, I think, at that one shop where in Freiburg, because Freiburg is definitely, that part of Germany where you would run into a lot of Märklin. And there were 2 Märklin shops in Freiburg and then this shop. So again, why they just were, you can do it without being rude. You could say, I'm sorry, we don't carry Märklin here. Is there anything else you're interested in? But yeah, they were, aye, laddie. Oh, yeah, KJ, Joyce and I are very much that way. We will always give a restaurant, a shop, a second try. We never judge and say we'll never go there again unless something really bad happened. But otherwise, we're always willing to give a store another, because somebody could be having a bad day. But like I said, it wasn't just the one guy. It was like a group of guys, and they were all very, what are you doing here? So it wasn't just the worker. It was his buddies, too. But yeah, if I'm ever in Freiburg again, which is not likely, I'd go back and see if their attitude changed. Well, you'd have to tell me where it is, Raymond. I'd have to check it out. Since I live in Ohio, although I'm in the northernmost part of Ohio. Technically, we're not. There's a little corner east on the northeast part that's further north than we are. But we're the forgotten part of Ohio. The northeast is Cleveland. The center is Columbus. The southwest is Cincinnati and Dayton. The southeast is the river and a bunch of small towns. And then northwest is Ohio, is Toledo, and we don't rank. I have not been in a lot of countries like that, Mon. If you take away airplane stops, I've been in 47 of the 48 American states, but I've been in the United States, Canada, many, many, many times in Canada, and then Germany, Denmark, Austria, Netherlands, Switzerland a couple of times, briefly, part of the day. We visited Basel for a little bit. We went to the Rhine Falls, which you got to go to it's on the Swiss side. We've been into the Czech Republic a few times. Well, probably 3 times. If I didn't mention Austria. We have, other than landing in Paris airport, we've been in Paris. And of course, Denmark. We added Denmark to the list. And then we've been to Australia. I spent 4 days in Edinburgh. Well, yeah, I mean, Raymond, if I eat at a restaurant twice and I get sick twice, then I'm not going to go 3. I'm not going to try 3 for 3. How did that camera get bumped around again? Dude. Ah, fumble! I really don't know where to put this camera anymore. Ever since I added the third monitor. Suppose I could just take it off, but no, I don't want to take it off. I had this in a good position to start the live stream, but now it's moved. Can you go there? That's a little better. Yeah. Why don't you work like that, dude? Ah, there we go. That's a little better. But Joyce sat down with me a little bit last night and was looking at a map of Germany with the different states of Germany. And she's asking me, how many of the states of Germany have we actually vacationed in, where we did more than just a day trip in? And basically, we need to do, we checked off Saarland this year. Although I'd still like to go to Saarbrücken, but we spent some time in Saarburg. But otherwise, it's Thüringen and Sachsen-Anhalt. Those are the only two states in Germany that we have yet to spend time in. And our next trip to Germany is going to emphasize those two places. We're going to go to Sachsen-Anhalt and Thüringen, our next trip to Germany. Hey, Sir Thomas and Split Rock, welcome in. The problem is there is no place to put it down at. It would not fit. I mean, if you look at the space between lane one, that's the gap all the way around or less. So it has to be on a stand. It has to be on a stand. There's no place I could lower it. But there you go, Thomas. Your wonderful gift is a current part of my heavy ore train that's running around. You lived in England for 10 months. Oh, and then speaking of countries, I did 3 of the 4 in the British Isles. We haven't spent time in Ireland, but we spent 8 days in Wales, 4 days in Scotland, and like 10 days in the UK, because it was 4.5 in Liverpool, 4.5 in York, and then the equivalent of 3.5 or so in London. And we are coming back to the UK this June. We're just, we're kind of sorting out. We know we're going to spend some time in the Birmingham area and try to do a get-together a weekend at the Severn Valley Railway. As opposed to going back to York. And then we're also looking at, we know we're going to go up. Our plan is we're going up to Inverness and spend some days up at like 5-6 days up in that part of Scotland. And our goal is to kind of start there, is fly into London, we were hoping to do the Caledonian Sleeper and get up to Inverness, and then work our way back down towards London. So from Inverness, we would hit the Birmingham area. From Birmingham, we're going to go down to the Bristol area because I want to get to the town of Yeovil, where I may actually have to rent a car to go to a couple of little villages I want to check out their graveyards. And then we're hoping we can include a few days near Dover, including if we do stay somewhere near Dover, we would go across into France, take one of the ferries and go into France for a day, or take the Channel. German states do have their own holidays to a degree, although like the school holidays, Germany used to, all schools got out on the same day in Germany, and it created such a infrastructure disaster with the German railway system that they finally staggered it, and they go out 3 different times. And then you have the national holidays, but a couple of the states like Bavaria, which is a little bit different and a little bit more religious, let's say, than the rest of Germany, they have quite a few more church-related holidays. But yeah, we want to go down to Loch Ness. We're not big Nessie people, you know. We might do one of the Nessie museums or excursions as a joke, but we're not Nessie believers or anything like that. I think there is some possibility there might have been something there at one time, since you have reported sightings from the Middle Ages. But, you know, since most of the sightings have now been proven to be frauds, we're not, that's not one of our conspiracy theory things we're into. But we do want to go see Loch Ness, and if possible, I'd like to swim in it. Nessie is a log. Well, she's dropped a few over the years. KJ, that's great. Like local in Germany, I assume they close on holidays, and considering so many of the train shops are small family-owned shops, they tend to close for multiple days. They might close on the 22nd, say we're gone from the 22nd until January 6th or something, you know. Nessie was invented by the owner of a very empty hotel. Well, I would go for that, except you have claimed sightings and wood carvings that go back to the 1500s, 1400s. So now, whether there was something in their ale that made them see things, maybe you just had giant Wells catfish in the lake back in the day, and they've all gone now. Hey, well, hello, Sir Greg. Thank you for popping in. Oh, train timetables. They definitely have shorter. A lot of things don't run as often on the main holidays. Now, mind you, I have never been to Germany on the major holidays. Not Christmas, not New Year's, not Easter, not even Reunification Day. We're always in Germany in June. It's always been June. Joyce wants to change that. She wants to go to Germany, or even once she retires, she's thinking that like we go to, like maybe the year we go to Australia, which is the year she's going to retire, we go to Australia in June, and then in late November, early December, we go to Germany for a couple of weeks and check out a couple of the Christmas markets. One of her colleagues, a good friend of hers from work, they did who's retired teacher. They just did one of those Viking cruise boats that toured all the German Christmas markets, but they also went into and did a couple in France. But it was kind of a Rhine and Main River trip, or Rhine Mosel. But they went to Mainz, which is on the Rhine and the Main. You know. You taught your daughters to skim stones on Loch Ness. That's a happy memory. Andy, you say that like it should intimidate me. Ask Artie. Ask Artie. Ask Jean Ricard or anybody else. I don't care how bleeding cold the river is. I have gone swimming in an alpine lake where the water was snow 18 hours earlier. The temperature of the water does not worry me. I don't care how freaking cold it is. I may only stay in for 20 or 30 seconds, but if I'm near water, I'm swimming in it, unless it's an industrial cesspool. Hey, there's my lord. Saw your video up with your two water reservoir water tanker cars from Union Pacific. Very cool. And there's Sir Michael from Carvel Studios. Hello, hello, hello. Spain has one-eyed Willie. But you know, we've got several lakes in North America that supposedly have their own little sea monsters in them. One of the New York Finger Lakes supposedly has a sea monster in it. Hey, Sir Kieran, how are you? But I'm sure most of you have seen the videos. If not, they're on Joyce's channel. But usually but where I went swimming, it was the fall in Australia. I went swimming in the ocean there, or the Tasman Sea, or both. So yeah, I go in. Now, the only thing that will hold me back, like I said, besides industrial waste, is like if you have nearby shark warnings. We had some great whites and tiger sharks out there. We saw coming close to shore. Then, yeah, I'm not going to go in. But Loch Ness, last I checked in, it have sharks. Hey, Sir Andy from March West Junction. How wonderful for you guys to come in and join us. Happy Boxing Day to all you who celebrate. We don't do Boxing Day in America. Boxing Day in America for us is cutting up all the cardboard boxes that the gifts came in and trying to fit them all into the recycling bin. And Lake Champlain has Champ. Yes, thank you, Sir Edward. That was one of them I was trying to come up with. But Lake, and there's one in Canada. A lake in Canada supposedly has one. A big, long, snaky creature. You know, all examples of you probably saw something once and then exaggeration builds it up. You know, 500 years ago, it was something that was 5 foot long. And now 500 years later, it was 50 feet long. We had a foot or a tenth of a foot every year. Australia, you enter the water, you enter the food chain. That's, to be honest, that's true if you go to South Africa. That's true if you go really anywhere on the ocean where there are the large predators. You know, Jaws wasn't based in Australia or South Africa. It was based off the coast of Massachusetts. You know, Joyce and I know I've told this story on here before. Joyce and I visited Joyce's sister in the hills of Virginia, and we drove their kids to Delaware Beach in Delaware. We drove across Virginia up to Delaware, through Maryland and up to Delaware. We went to this beach in Delaware, and we were just getting ready to start swimming. We just got in the water, and we all got pulled out of the water because they had all these little jellyfish that are dangerous. They were these pink ones. And they're like, all right, everybody out. And it just swarmed, and you just stood there on the beach, because this was my first chance to swim in the ocean. And you're standing at the beach, and there are just thousands of these little pink jellyfish, all about 1 foot to 2 feet equidistant, all over the beach. I was like, oh, well, so much for swimming. WH is pronounced as F. The Tanefa. That can be any waterway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's one thing I love about Germany is, except when you go into the forest of the Alps, bugs are not bad. Most of our hikes in Germany, if you see a fly, it's shocking. When we were in the UK, I don't recall us, even on humid days, having a real bug problem. Even gnats never seemed to be a problem. But we had some warm days when we were in York, and we would walk along the river, and it was hot, and I think there were some gnats hovering in the shade of the trees as we were walking along the river from where we were staying in the residential part of town to go into the old city part of the town. I loved York. York was a lot of fun. Joyce loved York. It was York and Cardiff were Joyce's two favorite cities in Germany. Germany in the UK. She loved them all, but she would probably say that she liked York even more than Liverpool. Now, me being the Beatles and Liverpool fan, Liverpool was, as far as the city goes, was the highlight for me. But like Cardiff was beautiful. I loved Cardiff, but we didn't do a lot of epic, amazing things. Bangor in North Wales was probably our least favorite place we stayed, but it had some of our most favorite things because we got to see Conwy Castle, we got to see Carnarvon Castle, and then Lord Isle himself came and picked us up and gave us one of the most amazing tours of Snowdonia and all these other places, and we got to hear some of these great stories of his truck driving days through the region. And we went to a model railway museum. We went to the zip line place that I guess for his 70th birthday or whatever he did, and there's a part of me that was like, hell no. And then another part of me that would have been, I could be talked into trying it, even though I'd probably crap my pants doing it. But it's so fast, I don't think you would notice. But that was one of the epic things. And of course, in Liverpool, we got to meet Lee and Jackie, and we also got to meet, and again, I don't want this to be competitive, but one of the guys I've known the longest on YouTube and have had a man crush on from day one, we got to meet Jim from Hover Motion and spend the day with his beautiful family and his amazing self. And I got to hang out and run trains on his layout, as well as then the shed. So my trip to the UK, I got to see the York National Railway Museum. I got to meet a ton of people. Tim, while we were in Cardiff, we got to hang out with Tim several times, and Tim gave us a beautiful tour of Gloucester. And then and we met Philip Page and all these people we met at the York National Railway Museum. But getting to go and play in the shed at Al's place, and then play at Dragon Junction, Al's place, Dragon Junction. And then a couple of days later, I'm in the loft at Jim from Hover Motion. Those were just amazing dream comes true. For your 66th birthday, you did it. Once is enough. Yeah, I can understand that too. Lived in Edinburgh for a year. Edinburgh was a great town. Joyce and I, we loved where we stayed. We loved the views that were 2 minutes outside our door, looking at the Castle Hill and everything, and a lot of things. But the crowds in Edinburgh could be intimidating because we were close to Waverley Station, and all the people coming in and coming off, it was just packed along. I think it's Prince Street, the Prince Street, or whatever it's called there, with the Robert Burns statue there. And you had some people that had been imbibing at the local pubs. It was intimidating, to say the least. It was very intimidating in Edinburgh. You lived and worked in Edinburgh for a year too. Apparently you all get a year in Edinburgh and then you're out. Tropical weather, insects. So no, a week is pretty much the most Joyce and I live anywhere outside of here in Toledo, or the year we lived in Cleveland, Ohio after we got married, and I taught at the prison in Cleveland. Otherwise, we lived for 3 weeks in Australia. We lived for a month in Germany, but we're moving around. We go to 3 or 4 different towns. Like we lived a week in Rostock. We lived a week in 8 days in Denmark between 2 cities, Abeltoft and Copenhagen. We lived a week in Koblenz, and then we spent 3 days in Lubeck and 1 day in Hamburg. I spent a year. No, that's the old song, John Denver's song. Saturday nights in Toledo, Ohio are boring. I spent a week there 1 day. I love Cleveland. Cleveland became the butt end of comedian jokes in the 70s because no city in Ohio was destroyed by the oil crisis and the explosion of the Rust Belt than Cleveland. Cleveland, like Pittsburgh, was a steel town, an iron town, and an automotive town. And all 3 of those industries died. And Cleveland and Youngstown, and maybe Youngstown is worse. Youngstown got destroyed and never came back. Cleveland has come back. Cleveland's got some beautiful areas to it. The river is nice and clean. You can go fishing in it. You can swim in it, where it famously caught on fire in the 70s because of the oil companies dumping, the refineries dumping so much shit into it. The lake caught on fire and the river caught on fire. But Cleveland is cleaned up. Cleveland has some tough areas and some poverty, but Cleveland has come back. And there's a lot of great things in Cleveland. I love Cleveland. I love going to Cleveland. But Youngstown, sadly, is just, I don't know that Youngstown can be saved. There's some things in Youngstown, but most of Youngstown is pretty dead. It is, it's just, Youngstown's population is probably about 30% of what it was 50 years ago. And just so many abandoned factories and homes. And it's tragic what happened to it. All right, Scott Wood, we appreciate you hanging out with us. It was often. Now, see, the thing is, Columbus is the big booming city, and Columbus is yuppie central in America, much less in Ohio. Columbus has probably tripled in size in the last 30 years. My son lives in Columbus, and even the crappy areas of Columbus have pretty much been bulldozed and are being gentrified. Columbus is uber rich right now. So many corporate headquarters and a lot of corporate America consumer corporations. They go to Columbus to do taste tests and trial experiments with all their products. And Columbus has got so many little neighborhood areas. It's sort of like Amsterdam or Berlin, where you have the big city, but you have all these just little neighborhoods within the city. And then all these things that when I was a kid and would go down to Columbus to watch football games were tiny little, it was a gas station, a grease pit, and a couple of farms. And now they're 50,000 to 100,000 population cities. Columbus wasn't much bigger than Toledo in the 70s, and now Toledo is about half the size Toledo once was, and Columbus went from about 450,000, and now it's about 1.5 million, and metropolitan area is probably closer to 3 million. But yeah, it just Toledo has held on, but Toledo's a dying city too. It's sort of been given injections at time to keep it from completely dying, but again, in 1970, Toledo had a population of about 440,000. Now it's about 280,000. Champion Spark Plugs used to be headquartered here and had a factory here. Gone. Tillotson, which was one of the major brake producing for GM and Ford, closed and left in the 70s. Libby Owens, Owens Corning Fiberglass is based in Toledo, but the factories are all gone now. Libby Glass is still producing, but now their factory here in Toledo only produces a small bit, and most of it's made in Vietnam or Mexico. But Libby Glass used to have a massive factory here. It wasn't that long ago. I used to teach at a school on the North End, and I'd pass the Libby Glass factory on the way to work, and even then it was only producing half of what it used to produce, but it still produced half of their goods worldwide, and now Toledo only produces about 5% of the goods of Libby Glass goods worldwide. But the big employee in Toledo is Jeep, the famous Jeep vehicle. And there was times where it looked like it was going to close, and it got bailed out, and then Chrysler bought it, and then Chrysler built a new factory here in Toledo, because if Jeep were to go out of business, if Jeep were to be closed, Toledo's dead. This would be a ghost town. You can't go through. Well, I don't know where the tunnel is. Just if we were in the Dover area and it was somewhere where we could go to the tunnel, otherwise we'd take a ferry over. Somebody's here. Somebody's here. Somebody's here. Postwide. One Mikey Raffone. This guy was causing shorts. I don't know what was causing it.
Oh.
He seemed to be all right. It actually was an issue with him and the coupling with the car behind him.
Yeah.
When I had it this way, they kept uncoupling, so I turned it around and it kept, I think it was bumping and pulling him off. So I really want to blame the other car, like the coupler on the other car, because this coupler looks like it's fine.
Oh.
But I put the 43 on instead, and it's running fine with it.
Right.
Anyhow, you have the microphone.
Okay.
The mic is yours.
Start with hi, everybody.
The camera's not on you yet.
Yeah. Chris. Hi there. Hey, Tom. Hi there, Lee. Hi, Fitterton.
Edward is Happy Valley.
Merry Christmas.
Mark is Antec.
Mon?
Hey, Mon.
So, Edward!
Yeah, I got a letter from Mon today. I haven't responded yet.
Okay, hi
I was in
there.
the middle of so many things.
Zantac, I'm fine.
That's Mark.
Hi, Andy. Yeah, it's Mark. Hi, Lordale. Big hello back to you. Hello, Rulambu. Hello, Carl. Dino. Hey, Beaten Huff. Hello, Happy Valley. That's Chris, right?
I love how Happy Valley is Edward.
Edward. Oh, we just said that. Oh, good golly. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Hi, Mick.
You're tired. Today was your relaxed day.
Hi, Chuck. Yeah, I know. I slept in too, but it wasn't quite enough. Hi there, PKW. Happy back to Rose. Happy holidays.
You got your big puffy sweater on too.
Yeah. You fall asleep in it.
Oh, here's Artie. Artie, you missed it.
Hello, Worthington. Hi,
Look
Great
on
Northern.
look what's running
Greg.
on the floor, Artie.
Hello, John. Merry Christmas.
Look what's running on
Hi
the
there,
floor,
Artie.
Artie. Maybe I'll have to do a close-up of it.
Oh, no worries, Artie. You know you're not late.
Oh, since he's in America, he's late
Hi,
now.
Raymond.
In Australia,
Oh,
where it's
you're
early
going to
in the
call him
morning.
late? Oh, good grief.
Yeah, we're going to call Artie late. Since I had to brag about his gift.
Oh, buddy. Merry Christmas, Jeff.
Artie, I will say your amazing, wonderful gift did not like my inside lane. And that is, I believe, radius 2. I think I went 2 and 3 there. I may have done 3 and 4. But yeah, it did not like that interior radius. Boy, I'll tell you what, when they derail, you have to take the whole train off and re-rail it. You cannot just try to find a way to fit it back on the rail. It might be one thing when it's up here, but on the floor, that was tough.
Yeah.
It's a beauty running, and it's running smoothly. It's a great runner. It was just it was hard to get it onto the rails, even with the re-railer that came with it. And then it kept derailing on the inner loop. So we moved it to the outer loop. And the Azuma is running in circles going, what am I doing on the inner loop?
Yeah.
The outer loop is mine.
Yeah. I've been kicked out by Aunt Austin.
Did we get the Christmas card from Lord Al? He's asking if we got his card.
I don't think so.
No, because he says he didn't get ours either.
Okay.
So,
Huh.
Lost in the mail. From the UK, we got from Paul and Paris. We got from Dino.
And?
Did we get March West Junction, Andy?
I think so. I don't know. Just got here.
In fact,
Hi, Ray.
I think most of the Christmas cards we got were from the UK.
No, that's really not true. But
That's not true. Those are the only ones I saw.
okay, well, it's by the ones I showed you.
Oh, okay. We didn't get a lot of cards this year. Fewer and fewer people are sending them.
We got something in the mail. It's chunky.
Yeah.
It's small.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's some HO figurine stuff. Why
That
did you
makes
bring
sense.
it down?
Well, I can go get it if you want. I didn't know what
I
it
can
was.
go get it. You can sit here and talk to people.
I'll go get it.
You can shake your bum a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hello, Sir Jeff. You're getting crowded on the layout? Well, Raymond, it depends. Like my class 440 or 442, or even my class 648, I can pick them up and re-rail them. You can see the wheels and re-rail it. The thing is, the way this Aussie one's designed, its wheels are underneath and behind these low-hanging phalanges off of the body, so you can't see them. You can't really see them once you start putting them down. Again, and that's because it's on the floor, and I have to get on the floor, and if it were up on a table or up here, it'd probably be a lot easier. But even then, they're kind of sunken and hidden. And this is the only thing I was expecting, 2 to 3 things.
Oh, yeah, I was going to think.
Stuff that I ordered a while ago and got lost in the various delivery worlds.
Right.
Yeah.
Including
stuff that was supposed to be here for my live stream last Friday. Yeah, we took the circuitous route. Although, hey, Hot Dog Pilot Andy, your locomotive, I sent you an email. I didn't catch that if you answered me back, but apparently it's at least on your island now.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
After it went to the East Coast and back, and to Pittsburgh and back, and Michigan and back to Chicago. What the hell was going on? I don't know. They must have been trying to get it onto a overseas plane and they were being canceled with what's going on, the way certain aspects of our, well, no, I'll get too political.
Yeah, behave yourself. Oh, God.
So I'm sorry. I feel really bad, even though technically it's not my fault. I feel bad because maybe if I had done FedEx, it would have cost more money, but maybe it would have gotten there. But our mail system, the USPS, has never failed me.
Yeah, it really has.
And this has been one of those odd occasions where, what's going on? Okay, now, do you see that?
Yeah, they look like they go on.
It's a redneck music band.
Right,
I bought it for
band.
that guy, Rusty Twanger.
Oh, wow.
I'll have to give him a beard.
Yeah.
He'll have to get a beard.
Right.
And then I can paint his stuff into buckskin. But that'll be Rusty Twanger.
Gotcha.
And then if I decide he needs a band, then he's got a band to go with him.
Gotcha. All right.
So I've got Rusty. Sorry, I should hold that up to you guys.
Yeah, I should show you.
There's a banjo playing there, so that's going to be Rusty Twanger.
Right. I am the management, Anthony. Yeah. One, Baldwin, Centipede, and N scale even worse.
Worse than Z scale.
Yeah, very small.
No worries, Jeff. I enjoy what you do. I just, it's hard for me to get into a lot of live streams, especially in the evening. Basically, and when Joyce is working, I get up, I work out, I then come downstairs, and I watch a bunch of YouTube model train channels who's posted their latest videos. And I play a little bit on my computer. And then once the videos are done, I go in and I start commenting. And then I do whatever I'm doing for the day. And so I don't necessarily see that there are live streams up, or if they're up, I don't necessarily. There are certain live streams I bust my butt and try to make. I try to get up in time for Andy Hot Dog Pilot Sunday stream. I try to make the Canadian Monday night stream with Dundas Junction, but this Monday we were busy, so I did not get into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I try to make the Thursday nights with the Canadians, the various aspects of Third Rail Thursday.
It's Christmas,
Mark,
so we were
Chris,
doing something else.
Well, they weren't on. Mark, Chris,
that makes sense.
Then I just recently subscribed to the channel. I don't know his name, N-Scale Dystopia, because there used to be Bubs and somebody else used to be the other guys on it, but life happens and they can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, Mark and Chris are wonderful guys to watch. Very knowledgeable, very cool. They're excellent builders of layouts. Although Mark has torn down his layout and is building a new one.
Some of you
actually
live
so is
streams
Chris
when Kyan's here, which makes it very hard.
Yeah, well, that was it. We had Kyan.
We will have Kyan full days until
just next week, basically.
Yeah, just next week. Yeah.
So I'll have Kyan all day, but actually all day's easier, because then I could say Kyan Open needs a break and wants to watch. Like, I've been missing Mark the Uncle Dad because Mark comes on at 2:30 my time, and that's the time I have to pick Kyan up. I go pick Kyan up.
You're leaving the house
at 2:30. I'm leaving the house at 2:20, and I pick Kyan up at 2:30, and then I bring him back to my house, and he's just out of preschool, and it's Opa, play this, play that. And back when he wasn't in school, I played with him all morning and could say, okay, Kyan, I want you to watch this or play this on my computer and let Opa watch this show for an hour. But I miss Mark's Thursday show anymore. I miss Richard Trains in the Attic on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights, I don't watch YouTube. It's sort of a little rule I kind of made, that just get off of YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
Anthony, I've only torn down one layout.
Okay.
Well, only one. I've never officially Well, I guess you could say I tore down the layout
Yeah,
because
you
when this was
have,
a
because
long
you
green
rebuilt,
square
yeah.
table,
You
and then
rebuilt
I
this a
built
couple
this,
times.
and then I relayed the track on this. But since I didn't have a layout, I didn't tear down the layout. I just removed the track
true.
and
Yeah.
relayed it.
You always said something.
I now say I have a layout. Ever since I added the grass and the other bits, I now say I have a layout. For years, I refused to say I have a layout, but now I have a layout. It's a not very detailed layout, but I have a layout. And there go your three. There go three. The dirty yellow ones.
Yeah,
that's what you bought me for Christmas, and then the three for
so
birthday,
did the kids.
And then the three red ones are Christmas.
Good.
The three red ones at the end. The two bigger red ones in the middle. We bought those in Germany.
Gotcha.
I forget what shop. Was that the one in Trier? The very little one where you actually went and left because it was just so small. You were feeling claustrophobic with me and the other customer and the guy there.
There was a toilet on the outside.
Yeah, it was a little plumber. So I think that must have been Trier. Because it wasn't Aachen, because Aachen was Hunderbeins.
Gotcha. Yeah,
which was the exact opposite.
Yeah, which is very big.
It was a well-stacked, but it was a tiny little shop. But he had all the electronics just piled up in that one wall.
Got some new coal carrier wagons for your layout. Cool. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I am now trying to get, although I've got a lot of them,
knees.
I can actually run a bit of an ore train. I'm quite happy. I've got some ore cars, but I'm still looking to add a couple more. And then I want to get a few more of the tarpaulin things and have themed.
Yeah, okay.
Because I've got the container. I need to get a few more tankers, but then you can also mix like tarpaulin cars and tankers. I won't do auto racks because auto racks really seem to be more a North American thing. I don't see auto racks as much in Germany. They could be there. I just don't see them as often.
Yep. So Ray's talking about upgrading his analog to Märklin digital.
And focus on your woodworking. Okay. No, actually Christmas time the last few years is when I start. Usually at Christmas, I usually start new projects on my layout. And then that carries me into the spring. Now, this past year, it was in the spring. It was February, March, April that I finally turned my train table into a layout. I did all the new point work, and then I redid the Bremen area and the new what were done with platforms, and then I did the ballastine, and then from ballastine I went to grassing and did all the grass.
Hi, Model Train aficionado.
Hey, Sir Chris. Good to have you here.
That was a Chris. All right.
Model Train aficionado. See, that's why I don't. Some channels have the actual, what their name is. Now, in his case, his channel is Model Train aficionado Chris in parentheses. Here, it's just his @ sign, which doesn't involve the name Chris.
Okay.
Now, I know it's Chris, but it would help you.
Right. Yeah, it does. Nice when y'all put your name in. New project.
That's coming. Actually, Artie is planning on forcing me to work on the Fowler car system while he's here.
Yeah, I think it's a swell idea.
Yeah, Joyce nags me about it too. I still got to relay some of my track. I still got to relay some of the wire.
Another brain,
before I let Artie get to cracking the whip. I've got to where the road wire was, the little magnetic line they follow. Well, by putting in that the slope and doing that area with the trees, the line is too close. The cars will bump and rub along, so I have to move it down a bit so cars have room to go. But I'm also thinking of making it 2 lanes.
Okay.
But since I have a saw table, I have a table saw, I have a routering table, and then I have a compound miter table. But I don't have a lot of woodworking equipment. I don't consider myself a woodworker. I consider myself proficient, but I do industrial and not designer work. I don't do woodworking. Good. Now, I built my son's crib, and I think I did a great job with my grandson's crib.
Yeah.
But I tend to do
Hi, Kiwi Dave.
I tend to do structural. And if I didn't say hi, Sir Dave, because I saw you there and I thought I said hi, but if not, hi, Sir
Yeah, I
Dave.
don't think I did either.
From
So
Kiwi. Merry Christmas, belated Merry Christmas. Obviously, a
Aw.
tough time of year for many people.
yeah,
A lot of people going through a lot of struggles. And unfortunately, we can say Merry Christmas and we can wish you our best and we can hope for you, but it changes
Right.
nothing. It's not going to change just other than sometimes, especially when it's somebody on a TV screen, you feel alone. I stayed on this one too long. Let's go back to the main camera.
okay. It froze for a second. I imagine people were enjoying it.
Well, yeah, this doesn't keep count, so. But we're always there if somebody needs to call or text, with one exception. You got
about that,
I mean,
Dave.
if it's an emergency, because that was the one that still blows me away to this day. A few years ago, before he died, Somerset Andy called me in the middle of the night.
Right.
He couldn't reach anybody else, and
Yeah.
he called me. It was like 3 a.m., but yeah, I'll take that
got
call.
up
If
and
it's
talked
that
to him.
desperate, I'll take that
Yeah.
call.
You got up for him.
Yeah. But otherwise, like, for example, not to hurt anybody's feelings, but I think it was Monday, or I forget what day it was. YouTube had a problem. So my, whichever day it was, advent calendar thing didn't go up.
Right, yeah.
So I had about 15 different pings between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. while I was still sleeping. My phone is pinging off the hook because my phone is on all night and it's actually next to my
Mom,
bed in
that's
case
not-
my family has to call.
Oh,
Or
that's hard.
I
Another way
also
to word it.
listen to movies while I sleep through my phone. So I'm getting ping, 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 and I'm like, what's going on? Anthony, where's the new video? Anthony, did you forget to post it? No, I didn't forget to post. I don't know what's happened with it. I'll check it out when I get up. But I had a lot of people.
And at that point, he was awake. Yeah,
I was grumpy.
through that.
I was grumpy. Like, guys, if it's not up, it's not up.
No, wasn't it, Al? You got some nice stuff.
Well, but Al doesn't just do the advent calendar.
Yeah.
Al also runs trains and does his
He does a
usual
longer video.
maestro
That's true.
production.
And Anthony's videos are about 4 minutes long at the most.
It takes less than 10 minutes to film it.
Yeah.
Even with Cayenne, it takes 10 minutes. With me doing it by myself, it takes 6.
Yeah.
It takes 10, 15 minutes to edit it, and then it's posting it.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of work for me to
Doesn't
do those
take too
advent
much.
calendars. It's not work. It's not any real work. 10 to 15 minutes to make it, another 10 to 15 minutes to edit it. Because I don't edit much. I might cut off where my grandson was being a little too silly, but sometimes I leave that on
That
because he's
sounds rough,
funny.
Dave. Yeah, we leave. Yeah. Hi, Jeff. I think I
Oh
said
yeah,
hi.
a lot of stuff going on, Dave.
Yeah, so yours are more
And
longer.
Raymond,
yeah, so
did Raymond Lake says he's taken off, or
no.
I'm just seeing
Somebody
somebody
said hi
saying later,
bye, and I
Raymond.
don't know. Yeah, Kiwi. I thought we got that. That's so hard to lose your mom. Really, it just is very heartbreaking. I don't care what age you are.
I keep
It's
waiting
hard
to
to lose
hear.
your mom.
I keep waiting to hear
Yeah, I know.
from fourth-party sources.
Of course.
For all I know, it may have happened.
Mm-mm. You're a
It
children
was
are
2
like,
years
you
ago
know.
last I heard anything, and she was in bad shape then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, because like I said, I don't share specifics, but I've been in contact with many friends of this channel via email and Facebook and stuff, And I know what you're going through, and it's kind of hard to wish people a Merry Christmas because it's not for them. It's not going to be very merry. But sometimes people need somebody to talk to. They need somebody to air it out. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not going to feel better.
Okay, Raymond. Isn't quite sure.
I just saw somebody say later, Raymond.
Yeah, maybe they were leaving. Hey, I don't know.
But we had, but you know, so you feel kind of weird to say, "Hey, Merry Christmas,"
Yeah.
but you know, it's
Well, the holidays are here, whether you are happy or not.
yeah. But the holidays, especially this holiday, can make people very depressed.
Yeah, it can be very hard for you.
You know, obviously, we had a horrible tragedy right before Christmas, and our family, but Joyce's side.
Yeah.
And you'll think about it every year from here on in.
Yeah.
My grandmother died Christmas. My grandmother, who was born December 18th, and I was born the 19th. My German grandma, well, both my grandmothers were German, but she was more German.
Closer German.
Well, Grandma Ritz, the Grandma Ritz, you know, came over when she was like 3 or 4, so she didn't really know. Grandma Dodge, Grandma Bogarter, she came over when she was 9 or 10, and her family spoke German here in America. But anyhow, she died on Christmas. My sister died of cancer.
Again, I'm sorry for you too.
3 days after Christmas. She died on the 29th.
Yes, she did.
She died the night of the 28th onto the 29th.
Oh, that's good, Artie.
But yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean,
nice
there are friends.
Tammy and Philip to do that for you and her.
Yeah. Can't imagine blood relatives of Artie all together in a place. It would have to be chaos.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like our buddy Eric down in Columbus.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some family, but
right. Well, he didn't get along with them too well.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
you should invite him up here, but he would have to get up here.
Yeah, probably.
Or tell AJ on his way.
Yeah, pick him up. He could do that. Yeah, it's a little dangerous dealing with advice.
All right, good night, David. It was great to see you in here.
Nice, David.
And I hope you did get my answer to your question on, I think it was Facebook.
Oh, that's sweet, Artie. Hey, March West.
Hello again, Sir Andy of March West Junction.
Andy.
But yeah, because Lord Owl, I was watching. I've got to finish watching. I was watching it while I was setting up down here, showing some of his Christmas stuff.
Okay.
Which, you know, very cool.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm lazy. I put things. I don't put a lot of work. I mean, even the live stream, there's work in deciding what trains to run.
Oh, you do, yeah.
And
You do some work.
By the way,
But
ladies and gentlemen, while I'm thinking of it, what?
You don't work on yours unless you got to change out a train or something.
Right. I change trains every week, so
I'm saying during the live feed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but no, setting up the live.
Constantly work. Yeah,
setting up the live stream.
You spend time setting up your live stream.
Yeah, a couple hours.
You've thought about
Especially if I test run them. I never test ran these. I put them on and then just did like short loop with a couple of guys because
you trusted the process.
Yeah, well, it was wrong because I had 2 guys acting up today. Took me a good 30, 40 minutes to get it all sorted.
Yeah.
It was just one car on 2 different trains.
Yeah, hopefully you guys got some train stuff for Christmas.
But
people know you.
I put some work into the live stream. But last week's live stream, Steamer Palooza, I will never do it like that again.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was Anthony very busy.
I had
the
fun.
time.
Don't get me wrong. I thought it was awesome to be able to switch in and out 23 steam locomotives. And they all ran beautifully except for the one that blew a traction tire. Which, okay, fixed it and it runs fine again. But it was a lot of fun, and I appreciate the response. And then I put up the video of the actual locomotives just to show people this is what we ran, and the positive response to that was really heartwarming.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. But the biggest thing is I'm going to change the format. For the last 3 years, the Christmas live stream, or the last live stream before Christmas, has always been Steamer Palooza. But my goal now is there's about 3 locomotives out there I intend to buy in the next 12 months. And they're all Christmas themed locomotives. So I'm going to try to accumulate a lot of Christmas related rolling stock and roll Christmas trains. So from now on, Christmas will be a Christmas train live stream, including the one that I run under the tree,
right,
and then bring down for.
So there'll be some steamers still.
So there'll still be some steamers, but there'll be electric and diesel too.
Right.
So Steamer Palooza is going to move to, I think I'll just do it with Oktoberfest and make Oktoberfest the Steamer Palooza. Because this year was the first year we could do it. I did Oktoberfest. I mean, I suppose I could do Steamer Palooza around the same time and just make it the New Year's. I suppose I could do it that, but it's been a Christmas tradition for 3 years.
Well, there's no reason why you couldn't have all steamers on your Oktoberfest and still do a Steamer Palooza in the New Year or something. You know?
I could do it easily. Just all the beer wagons. And maybe some ore cars, and maybe
Dillington?
Yes, Dillington.
Hi, Dillington.
Hey, they made it in. Wow, cool. It's James and Dylan.
A diesel palooza?
A diesel palooza. Doesn't quite have the same pizzazz. And I know a lot of, especially UK guys, really love their steamers.
Right. Well, I think a lot of people like it.
Dylan and James, I'm not the you Knights of the Round Boy table. You guys, you have now been given the Royal Blue Spanner and our Knights of the Round Boy table. You may post a link to your channel. This is a channel I started following recently. Wonderful stuff they post, rail fanning and model trains. So some great stuff. Check out their channel. If somebody wants to find, if they're too
okay, Ari.
humble to post a link, somebody can get their link for them and post it.
Yeah, we let you share.
We like to get everybody celebrating everybody.
And it's fun when the Russian bots to see who's the quickest to get them out.
Yes. We haven't been bombed in a long time.
It has been a while. I agree.
We're jinxing it, I'm sure, but
for sure.
Well, Putin's got other fish to fry, so he's not.
Yeah. Well, he's leaving YouTube alone for now.
He's leaving YouTube alone.
And I figure there's a lot of people there. Somebody's got to be. They can diversify and get a lot of work done.
But be that as it may, so yeah, I'm going to move. So I'm debating which way to go. Oktoberfest just seems like a good one because I really enjoyed doing my first Oktoberfest show.
Yeah, the way you did it. Yeah, you're fun.
But I just see Steamer Palooza was special because I didn't have a lot of steamers. And so a couple of Christmases ago, I said, well, I've got enough steamers. I'll run all my steamers on this, but it was only like 4.
Right. Yeah.
And then next year, I had enough to run every lane.
Right.
And then last year, I had more than enough to run every lane. And then this year,
he was just
I had so many, I could run 3 on each lane, top and bottom.
All right, Worthington, bye.
All right. Take care, Steve.
So he was
I don't need a Russian bride.
He was showing off that he just had so.
If I need a Russian bride, I'll teach Joyce how to do the accent.
You can't teach me how to do a German accent. How am I going to?
Oh, I've got you doing a bad one. And you're studying German, you could do it. Dos vidania, darling.
Dos vidania,
Those, you got to do those. Those vidania. Or do, what's her name from Boris and Natasha from Moose and Squirrel. Moose and Squirrel. Bullwinkle and Rocky. Natasha! Boris. There he goes. All right. Yeah, check out James and Dylan's channel. Good stuff there. You also have to go, a few things to do. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, you got birthdays and
that's
all
a busy
sorts of
time of
things.
year for sure.
But can they cook?
All right, take care.
If you can afford one of those Russian
Okay.
brides, especially if they look the way they do in the pictures, you're not worried about whether they can cook or not.
You just hope they are. Oh,
You're taking them out to dinner every night. Why, yes, dear, this is Svetlana. This is a great American restaurant. We call it McDonald's. We have McDonald's in Russia.
so I'm now
you bastard.
Natasha.
I worked at
Oh,
McDonald's.
what Anthony puts me through.
I worked at McDonald's in Ursk. You cannot tell me about McDonald's. Yeah, but this one uses real beef. Okay, you got me there.
Yeah.
American sugar daddy.
Right. American
Oh, let's
sugar
not
daddy.
go there, Monsville. Let's not go there. Those aren't brides, those are widows.
Yeah, poor things. There's an Irish American restaurant.
Yeah, McDonald's is an Irish American restaurant.
Yeah.
No, we go to the Scottish one, McDonald's. McDonald's. And do you know McDonald's has actually copyrighted McDonald's, MAC, so that no restaurant can open and call itself McDonald's. I think that should be totally illegal. If my name is McDonald and I want to open a restaurant named after me, you know, screw you, McDonald's. In fact, my last name is McDonald.
Right.
I can't even open. I had to, like, you guys see my little, like when I do Matt Clark or the parody songs, I say, you know, everything is copyrighted by Dodgeworks Publishing because I could not call it Dodge Publishing. It's my freaking last name, but Dodge Corporation owns the name to Dodge. Chrysler Corporation owns the name to Dodge. So I have to modify it so that it can't be confused with a car company.
Right.
A car company that I'm more closely related to than any of them. It's my freaking family name on the cars.
That's right.
They should be paying me to use that name.
Yeah. Oh. My face looks really red on the camera, is it?
No, not really. You're
Okay.
probably just a little bit of shade or shadow
Good.
reflection there.
Yeah, we don't eat McDonald's when we travel.
Oh, we don't eat American fast food when we travel.
Yeah, I mean,
We try not to eat American
Yeah,
when we travel. We try to eat something local. Now in Germany, I'm boring. It's schnitzel, bratwurst, or 5-cheese penne.
we eat a lot of Italian in Germany.
I eat a lot of Italian
Germany.
and pizzas. Can't forget pizzas.
Yeah.
The only real junk food we really eat is Beach's Pizza. And we only had that once in Germany this past trip.
Twice, I think.
Was it twice? I
Yeah,
thought it
I
was
think
just
twice.
once. Well,
Yeah.
junk food, we also got to count all the Ritter candy.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I wasn't even thinking that. That and the nuts we found. That's
Oh, the
pretty cool.
uches or uches.
Right.
Oh my God, those are amazing. I forget what we had. We had the mixed blend, but it was like honey. It was
peanuts. And
it was
cashews
peanuts,
or so.
cashews, honey, and something
Yeah,
all
I had
mixed
a couple,
together.
couple nut mixes, and it was in honey, and it was good.
Oh, those were good.
It was good.
We got back to America and looked to see if we could get them imported to the United States. No,
no,
they're not even sold in this part of the country.
Not really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we avoid all of those.
But yes, Artie, you have to go back to the beginning of the video where I gushed all over your little train.
Yeah, we eat.
It's very cool. Joyce didn't know what was in it either.
No, well, I knew it was an Australian train. I didn't know beyond that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you knew it was an Australian train.
I
Artie
knew
told you
that.
that much?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told her kind of.
But she kept the secret. I had no idea for 6 months. But this is Joyce, man. When she wants to, she can.
I sure can. Yeah, I just wrapped the whole box, the shipping box. So he had quite a lot of unwrapping to
Matryoshka
do.
dolls. Okay, take off the shipping wrap. Oops, there's more wrapping. Take off that wrapping.
Sure,
Okay, now open the box. Open the box. Okay, now take off the interior package wrapping. Take that off. Okay, now all the foam wrap. Take that off. Okay, oh, it was meant to be a birthday present. So take the birthday present wrap off. Oh, there's Christmas present wrapping under that. Okay. Okay, and now there's still a brown paper wrap seal on it.
Zantec Des, anyone do a model of the Wolfenthal Bang Bomb?
I'm not going to try Danish herrings or German herrings or anybody else's herrings. I don't eat seafood. And if you pickle it, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah, I wrapped the outside. Yeah, it was something else. Oh, Wolfenthal.
Somebody did one years ago. There is a model somebody made. I don't remember the company because it wasn't one of the big companies.
Okay.
If Märklin did it, I've never run across it. But somebody did a play set that had a little oval of
You just
track
enjoy those all by
hanging
yourself,
down.
man.
But I don't know if it was like Piko or Brawa or was it even It wasn't Jägender collection.
Yeah, we wrote on that, didn't we?
No, we have not. We haven't been to Wuppertal.
Gotcha.
I plan on going to Wuppertal
thinking it was
on the next trip to Germany so we can ride on it because Eric rode on it this year. When he went over there with his dad and visited family.
Gotcha.
He and his dad rode it with family.
Cool. Okay.
You buy pickled herring every grocery shop? Gross.
Yeah,
well, remind me never to
go
kiss
for
you.
that. Yeah, like the Katie Koopler. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least it's spelled different. See, that's the problem, Edward. My name is Dodge, and yes, I'm related to the car company, and I'm still banned from using my name by itself. I mean, if I were like to become a country or rock and roll singer, I could go by Dodge, but any corporation, like my copyright publishing name, I can't just call it Dodge. I can't call it Dodge Publishing. It had to be Dodge Works or Dodge House or Dodge something as one word, because otherwise Dodge would block me from using it, which I think is bullshit because it's my damn name.
Carl's Yule Beer? Carl's Yule Beer.
Carl's Yule Beer, very nice.
If you say so.
Omega is a vital ingredient. Well, there's that.
You eat omega.
That's fine. I get omega
spinach
otherwise.
and things like that.
I eat luxury watches now and then. That's how I keep my omega levels up.
Be sure to go on
That's
Sunday
a joke.
for the brunch
Omega watches.
train.
Yeah.
Hi, Eric.
There's a toe. Speaking of which, there's Sir Eric from Von Don Eisenbahn.
Ah, he's giving advice for the
brunch train. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's a toe. Sorry, I was putting a toe on the
Getting a little bored, are you?
the floor camera.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, Christopher from Carlsberg. I kind of figured that out. I stuttered over it, but I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, well, we all know about Carlsberg, and the less we say, the better. The less we drink, the better.
We did all right with it in
when they make it really swing on Saturday night. They get a couple of people on the outside. Come on, everybody, back and forth.
Woo.
And you see the indents on the support beams here and there where they swing it too far.
Gotcha.
Whoops.
Oh, that's the hanging one.
Yeah, the
Ah,
Wuppertal's the
okay.
hanging one. Yeah, were you
Gotcha.
confusing it with Molly?
No.
No? Which one were you confusing it with
The
then?
one that did a.
The one that did the big helix.
Yeah.
And just going across to Denmark or
Right before Denmark. Yeah.
yeah. Ronders. Can someone start the badge automobile? I'm sure you can,
Yeah.
since it is in a
Not our
licensed
name.
name.
Oh, Mick the bartender.
My problem
doesn't
is
like
I would sue
Carlsberg.
Dodge. I would sue Chrysler if I wanted to be able to use my name and my family symbol. There is a loophole. I can use the family symbol since it is my family and they use the variation of the family symbol. But if I wanted to put the family boppin, the family crest in my work, because I use the actual version and they use the
That was kind of fun.
modified version of the family, I can get away with it. But I would sue Dodge, or actually Chrysler, for it. But I'm scared Chrysler would, if they lost the case, would just say, fine, we're just going to get rid of the name Dodge. But
Right.
I don't want to see Chrysler Chargers. I want Dodge Chargers.
Yeah. They've got a
Chrysler
lot.
did that in Australia where they
They got a lot more money and a lot of big fancy city lawyers that we don't have.
Now, I'm no big city lawyer. No, you're supposed to go, oh, well, I'm no big city lawyer.
Oh,
Yeah, Rendsburg. That's it, Rendsburg. Ronders is the city. Rendsburg is. Yeah, that was actually very cool to do that. A gigantic helix, a real life helix. You come across and you just slowly curve your way back down and go. And we were told about it. We saw it coming up, but a lot of trees in the way. And then Joyce
it's
said,
hard to
"Did we
see
do
it."
that? Did Joy?" We're sitting there, and Joyce says, "Did we do that helix thing? I didn't see it." I like, "We're on it right now, dear. Look."
Yeah,
And
well,
then
you
she's
could
like,
feel you're
"Oh!"
constantly turning.
Because when you see it on a map or in a picture, you think you're going to feel going around the curve, but it is so big you don't feel it.
I mean, yeah, but it was constantly turning.
It was in a constant state of curve.
Which
so
is
you didn't
why I
notice.
brought it up, because it was noticing that.
No, the thing is, Dodge owned
Oh, Roll It
Mitsubishi.
Blue. What movie was that?
What movie?
Where you said, well, I'm no city lawyer.
Big City
Big
Lawyer?
city lawyer.
No, it
That's from,
starts from
Isn't that
the one about the Scopes monkey trial, I believe. But it's always been, but that was done serious. But it was done in a serious manner. Well, I'm not a big city lawyer like Mr. So-and-so, but it's become a joke meme. But I've used it in the way we just did it in Matt Clark Series 2, Scene Episode 1,
right?
when Matt Clark is on trial.
Yeah,
Well, the Simpsons have done it as well.
right.
You got a million variations of it. Matlock, the old TV show Matlock, he did it a couple of times. In the first season, Andy Griffin did it. Well, I'm no big city lawyer like my esteemed colleague here, but so it's been around forever and used in many movies. But
Yeah.
the comedic bit was the first time I saw it done comedically. Well, I think it was The Simpsons, but I'm sure it was done like on Laughing or something like that.
You got Amaroma 4, that one.
What's
Is that V320 on the rails?
AV Ireland. Yes, there's a 320s on the rails. And welcome in. I'll have to double. Whoops, I did that wrong. I did that wrong.
Oops.
Come on, Anthony. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Add as moderator. No, stop it. The link in the chat. I want to see who that is. It's P1 McLaren. P.I. I don't know if you'd pronounce that pie, but my usual European instinct is P. Maybe short for Piet. Fun McLaren. Well, there's a famous car name right there, McLaren. That's a famous car name. Anyhow, you are now Serpy. And I'm going to play you a Knights of the Round Boy table. You can post a link to your channel, although I was just there. I could post a link to your channel. We've got some cars
From
on it.
Bulgaria. Okay.
You got a Lotus. You're playing some car games. Heavy rain in Sofia, Bulgaria.
There's Bulgaria.
Sofia, Bulgaria is a town that's like way on my bucket list. Like someday I would like to get to that part of the world, do Romania and Bulgaria.
Uh-huh.
I hear Sofia is a very pretty city and actually had some dramatic
Henry, you've
influence
been
this year.
knighted. You could add a link to your channel and anything else you'd like to do.
You now have the blue spanner, the royal blue spanner. The Knights of the Round Boy table. Yeah, I can give you the history of the Dodge Car Corporation very easily and my own connections to it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you all the inside stories about how the Dodge family fortune sits in a bank in Colorado.
Yeah, it does.
Because they won't give it to anybody.
Right.
Because the last heir died, the last direct heir died without children. Or, well, yeah, without children. His children had died in a car crash a few years earlier, and then he died.
Yeah.
But he does have children. And the offspring of that child live in Michigan. And they have sued multiple times.
Yeah, to get the money.
And they keep getting rejected because to prove she is descended, well, she's probably passed on. She'd be in her mid-late 80s now. But she came to a family reunion. As soon as she walked in, and she had a son and a daughter. I was like, oh, look,
locomotive
there's my clone and there's my clone, because Dodges are clones.
Yeah,
even though technically her children be like eighth cousins to me or something distant like that. We're clones. Her two kids got out of the car and everybody's like,
he says,
did Aunt Dara put on some weight or something? Are those Bob and Robert and Michelle? Because no, because Aunt Dara's over there.
Yeah,
and
no doubt, Artie.
Yeah, they were clearly Dodges. She was the mother was the daughter of a maid, and her mother her mother who raised her told her on her deathbed, you were adopted, and gave her information to find her. So she went on a multi-year search and found her birth mother, and found her birth mother still alive, and her birth mother said, well, legally, I can't tell you anything, but you are my daughter and the daughter of John Dodge II, the last owner, the last heir of the Dodge Car Corporation.
Yeah, Sophie says you would love it here. The largest tender locomotive lives here.
Yes, it is
Mother
a big
Bear
boy.
locomotive. Bigger than Big Boy?
Yeah, is it the largest tender? So it might be bigger than Big Boy that way.
Well, it's all right.
So tonight is the infamous, I shouldn't say infamous, the wonderful,
Yeah.
the post-Christmas homemade bread grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, I want tomato soup, so after this I'm going to go get tomato soup.
Oh, we don't have any?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Should have looked earlier. We could have got it when we went out before. No, I did not.
Dope!
It would not be complete without the soup.
No, you're right. I don't need the soup, but you do.
The grandmother bear. Okay. it's good to dip it.
The grandmother. I'll have to look it up, or if you got a link you can post to give us a quick image of it, because I did not know this.
Okay.
And I haven't seen anybody else post in. Oh, yeah, that one.
It's a 212-4.
Bulgaria. So they speak Bulgarian, and I don't know a word of Bulgarian. All I know is Bulgarians use the Cyrillic alphabet like the Russians.
Actually, Artie,
And I know a lot of
have
Bulgaria's history. The Bulgars.
I have a Keurig for you to use.
Yep, you got a Dodge Charger. Now,
Yeah.
I don't want to get there. I will offend a few people.
Oh,
But
bro. He's not saying he doesn't want to. He
I
will.
love the Dodge Charger. It's not my favorite Charger, and I am thrilled that they use Dodge Chargers in Dukes of Hazzard. However, it was my great uncle that burned Atlanta under the orders of Sherman.
Yep.
My family does not have a lot of love, and by lot I mean zero, for that flag. And I'm bringing up Civil War issues and also culture war issues here, but long before any of that, my grandfather, if he saw the Confederate battle flag, you had to stop him from throwing a rock through the window.
Yeah.
We fought those bastards and kicked their asses. And so when he died, but I remember my uncle's reaction.
Put a link up
For what?
the train.
Oh, okay. He put a link up for the picture of it.
Yeah.
Cool. He should take a look at this.
I
and
have
say,
some
cool.
regular coffee cups and I have some Colombian coffee cups. They haven't been opened yet. The package hasn't been.
Aha! There it is.
Uh-huh.
It's a 212-4.
That's what he said.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a 212-4. But technically, then the big boy is a 4884. So the big boy is technically bigger
Okay.
in terms of wheel sets. But maybe with that 212.
Yeah, that's all right. Y'all can click on that link and look at it.
But its tender might be the big thing.
Right.
So European classification of 162. Now I already gave you guys money.
Who wants money?
Wikipedia.
Yeah, everybody
I
wants
always
money.
donate. I give them $20 a year
Yeah.
because we can point out all their faults, but the fact is they are very often very useful, like this case.
Yeah.
And there are things they get wrong, but that's up to people to correct. Very cool.
It fits Anthony's personality. He can goof off for 3 hours.
What's that?
Said, cannot imagine doing a 3-hour stream. My head is off, dude. Yeah.
I run some trains and I talk. It's not hard.
He runs trains and chats
I'm not
with
trying
y'all.
to teach. I'm not trying to teach anything. I'm not trying to show people how to. I'm not trying to show people how to wire something or build something. I throw it in, and sometimes I have things I want to talk about, or people bring something up, and I get distracted. But yes, Ray Central, there is nothing bigger than the big boy. So there must be, like, the tender itself is bigger or something like that, because the big boy takes a double tender.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
I do not want to come across like I know anything about the big boy.
Right.
It's not just one locomotive, it's many.
That's
And,
true. Artie did do a 24-hour.
Yes, I already did a
And for
24-hour.
some crazy thing, Anthony said
Hey, Sir
we
Chris.
should do most of it with him. So,
There's another loco going on your want list.
yeah.
Yeah, my three. Which one are you seeing that you like? Or are you looking at the Bulgarian one in the pictures? Yeah, to be honest, whether I did a three-hour live stream or a 1 hour live stream, it's the same amount of work. I pick which trains I want to run. Sometimes it's harder than others to decide what trains I want to run. Because sometimes I like a certain train and I want to run it every week for a while, but that's not healthy for the train. They need to rest.
Yeah.
But that's the hardest thing is picking which trains to run and then getting them out and
We
putting them
tend to
on.
do an hour long when we're traveling.
Yeah, we only do about an hour and a half,
We
but
don't
I'm
have
not
any
running
trains.
trains.
Although you've run trains before.
Yeah, well, when we did the live stream from Jean's house,
Yeah, that's fine, Lee. That works for you.
you know, Jean's house where we threw out all the pickled herring and
Right. Well, it helps if you have people on your live feed that are feeding you topics, stuff you can talk about.
yeah, 24-hour would be. I will never try to do a 24-hour live stream. 3 hours.
Right.
I mean, there are many times where I'm doing this where I could stay another hour or so, but I mean, you know, Dave from Scott Rails, he does 2 or 3. His live streams go 3 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah, that can go long.
I watch for a little bit and then I go to bed and I get
Yeah.
up in the morning and he went for 7, 8 hours. And
No
no,
worries.
that I can't do, but he's
Right.
working on things.
Yeah.
You know, he's not, you know, he will interact with the chat, but he's working on things. He's got things to do. He plays music. He runs his train. So there are times where he
Well,
steps
sure,
away
he
for a little
changes
bit and everybody just keeps themselves chatty.
Yeah. We're close to that here too.
Sorry, Chris. Well, I don't think Artie ran the same train. Artie definitely didn't run the same trains for 24 hours, and I don't know that he ran a lot of trains that whole time. I just went from my office to the kitchen fridge to find the beer that is in my beer fridge next to my computer in the office. Oh, I've done that. Not necessarily a beer thing,
Yeah.
but I've gone to get something where I think it should be, and it's in a totally another part of the house,
Yeah,
only to come back and it was
Dave's-
2 feet away from where I was,
Right.
forgetting that I had brought it back down.
Dave trades his swaps his train out a lot.
What's that?
Dave, Scott Rails.
Yeah. Dave from Scott Rail
He-
swaps his trains
Yeah, he
out.
swaps his train, so they're not going that long.
I don't know what's the most he can run at one time. Is it 3 or 4?
Yeah.
I forget. But yeah, he swaps them out every now and then. In fact, often twice an hour. He'll ram. He's got a little lucky spin wheel that a name will come up and he says, "If you're here, pick a train."
Yeah.
And then like I came up once, and I was like, I don't know.
Well,
A Northern Pacific. I just ran a Northern Pacific. Oh, a Southern Pacific. I don't have one. But he does. He's got the Southern Pacific
Yeah.
Daylight, I believe.
right. Okay.
Well, see, my thing is I run Märklin 3-rail. He and nobody makes the Charger, the Siemens Charger in 3-rail. At least an Amtrak version of it. I want an Asila or a Siemens Charger Amtrak in 3-rail that I can run on this layout. I do finally have at least an Amtrak I can run on this layout. I finally have an American train I can run on this layout.
Mm-hmm.
See this one right next to me, this layout right there, that is 2-rail analog.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah, that's-
DC-DC.
Yeah, it's happily running on your phone.
And then the main layout, Joyce, point below you. Yeah, the main layout, the 2 big tables and a little section connecting them, that's 3-rail with Märklin C-Track.
Yep. Can you convert a model to AC?
What?
Can you convert a model to AC?
Yes, you can. The key to converting it is, can you fit the shoe in someplace? So I shall demonstrate, because somebody that was in this live stream earlier misinformed me. Is that the right one? What just fell out of there?
Probably a shoe.
Nope, that's not the one I want.
Okay.
The one I had out while I was talking to Christopher.
What's that nice light rail train looking set on the DC layout?
Well, what?
What's the nice light rail train set looking?
Oh, that is an Australian. That is a Christmas gift from Artie. That is the, what is it? The Tangmara? The Tangtara? Tamtara? Where's the box? I don't
know.
Okay. I don't know.
He was just saying. I mean,
Artie can tell you its name. Oh, the box is behind.
The
box is behind me. See? I was just talking about that. It's right behind me. Something I'm looking for. Box is right behind me. So it is the Tangara. The Tangara. 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 Tangara suburban passenger train.
He's been here long enough to be acclimated. Now, all the rich food and everything else, that's another story. Hi, Growler.
No,
Ian, right?
Oh, it's fine. See? Twice in 1 minute.
What?
The Frenchie is right behind me.
I don't know what you're looking for.
Well, no, I'm mad at myself. I forgot. I had the Frenchie over here while I was talking to Christopher. Okay. So I'm going to go big screen. You're getting wiped out, Joyce.
Okay.
All
Ewan.
right.
Sorry, Ewan, not Ian.
So I'm going to put this. This is from a French 241. All right. So anyhow, this is a 2-rail locomotive.
Turkey and ham, basically Thanksgiving.
So you have pickups. And then insulated wheels. You have pickups and insulated wheels on both sides, so that regardless of which side is the hot side, you've got pickups. So to convert to 3-rail, the key is you have to be able to add what they call the shoe. I call it the ski. Some people call it a shoe. And this becomes your pickup. This is your hot. So what you have to do is you have to add, you can either wire directly onto the brass of this ski. This is your 3rd-rail pickup shoe. Because in 3-rail, it's the middle rail that is your power. The problem is, for example, if this tender were where the motor was, I could not add this ski because the ski doesn't fit in there well. You got to be able to let the ski bounce along the 3rd rail as well as lift up. There's not an easy way to attach it here. But this tender, I got to turn this camera this way because I'm driving myself crazy. This tender, obviously, this company makes 2-rail and 3-rail because this tender has a section right in here where I can fit the 3rd rail in it. Whoops. It's got a little section in there where I can fit the 3rd rail ski in it. And then I just have to change a couple of wires with the motor. The contacts that come from the wheels get changed to the contact that comes from the ski. You have a little wire that would go up in. The biggest thing is you just have to have a little bit, but there's a hole right there to run the wire up into the motor. So I could convert this to 3-rail. I just have to rewire the motor. I have to change a couple of wires on the motor and run the ski and attach the ski to here.
He says he understands.
Okay. So I have some DC locomotives that I cannot convert to 3-rail because there's no place to put the ski. Like I got a Class 18, a German 18-4 over there. I cannot convert it to 3-rail because there's no place to put it on the tender or on the main loco. In one case, what we did was we created a passenger car where we attached the ski to convert the locomotive to 3-rail. That was a clever job by my buddy Andrew Chevalier.
Yep.
But anyhow, I think it is almost 6 o'clock. So
Yeah. 5:59.
So, yep, it's that 3 hour.
Yep, we did that, Mondo.
What's that? Yes, most model trains back in the day were 3-rail, but then people started saying it didn't look realistic, so they changed it. Oh, the little Aussie ran very well today.
Yeah.
Is somebody talking? Something talking?
You were talking.
Not me.
Yeah, I had my volume
Oh,
up
you
a
had
little
your
bit.
vibe. Okay, so it was me.
I told you it was you.
I told you it was you.
Oh, stop.
All right. So anyhow, there she is.
You're right.
And of course, somewhere along the line, Jean Ricardo will say she should be sitting here and I should be sitting there because she's prettier to look at. Maybe to some people.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm prettier to other people.
You could bring it.
Anyhow, you have survived another 3 hours
Yes, you
with
have.
me in the camera and running trains after a little bit of some frustration early on with a couple of trains acting up. The last 2.5 hours, everybody seemed to run nice and happily and smoothly.
Yeah.
So hurrah, hurrah.
Yeah.
So again, to all of you who are celebrating Boxing Day or St. Stephen's Day today, your day's almost over.
Happy Boxing Day, St. Stephen's Day.
Happy post-Boxing Day.
Mm-hmm.
And to all of you, thank you for joining us. Next week is going to be a double whammy. Artie will be here with us live
Right.
for both our Friday live stream as well as his wacky weekend. And next weekend is our 300th straight Friday live stream. 300 live streams without a miss. It is our 300 Outsider Insider Live in a row. We haven't missed a Friday in 5 years, 6 years now, going on 6 years. So thank all of you for joining us tonight. And we shall, once again, as we always do, bid you Auf Wiedersehen
Choose.
and happy trains.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you.